Winnebago County residents get back on their feet, assisting people affected by mental illness or substance addiction issues. A new grant seeks to rehabilitate unhoused community members.
The Winnebago County Community Mental Health Board receives a nearly $2 million grant. 23 News reporter Jake Pearson talks to Rockford City Council members who approved the grant on the Mental Health Board's behalf.
The grant was funded through the half-cent sales tax, which also drives other community mental health board projects. In total, the county will earn nearly $20 million in total from the sales tax.
Serena, Prunty, Wilkins.
Lending hope to members of the community, creating mental health services, and finding permanent housing for those spending most nights in the cold.
It's a grant to help with folks who need a second chance.
Rockford City Council's Finance and Personnel Committee accepts a $1.9 million grant on behalf of the Winnebago County Community Mental Health Board.
This comes from the countywide half-cent tax to help and fund mental health programs. The $1.9 million represents approximately 10% of the tax, because I think the tax is estimated to generate between about $18 and $20 million.
The grant's purpose is to assist unhoused county residents who are dealing with mental illness or addiction.
The downside is that maybe, we wanted it sooner so we can help people sooner. Like I said, people, we all need a second chance, and sometimes we might need a third chance. So, we need those support mechanisms in place.
Rockford City Council member Kevin Frost says the money allows the city to expand its resources.
The city staff would hire approximately 5 navigators to work strictly with the homeless population and mental health. Their roles can vary, not only being in administration, but actually working hands-on with the homeless community to help them with their needs.
The grant will directly affect the Integrated Mobile Partners Action Crisis Team, or IMPACT, which partners with the Mental Health Board and other health organizations like Crusader Community Health and UW Health Hospitals.
Thank you, Jake. The half-cent sales tax that is funding the grant also helps to pay for other programs with the County Mental Health Board, including social skill building with the Boys and Girls Club and the county's jail behavioral health program.